Hey, what's up, guys? I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to make this video about the fact that I'm starting to see a psychotherapist for the first time, which, to be honest, I have a background in psychology, so I'm totally okay with that. I love psychology, and I had a great experience with him anyway. So I want to share that with you because maybe you guys might not have considered it, and it'd be something that could help you. I think it could help everyone, to be honest. I think everybody could benefit of seeing a psychotherapist who's at least like this guy who I seen yesterday. Anyway, so I hope you guys like my shirt too. I'm wearing my flamboyant camo shirt today. But here's the thing, which is it wasn't by kind of choice. It was the fact I'll be straight honest with you, because I want to be as real as possible on this channel, which is it was my parents that wanted me to go see one because of some issues I had with my family and things, which is fine. You know what I mean? I won't get into that too much on this video. Maybe I'll speak in the future. But the thing is, though, it's not that there's anything totally bad going wrong. But they're like, okay, we're gonna help you out a little bit financially, but the key thing is we want you to see a psychotherapist. I'm like, okay, sure. I have a good relationship with my parents, like really great. So I agreed to that, right? So I went and seen one yesterday. He's a guy who's around my age, actually, 40s. And me and him kind of hit it off. Like, here's the funny thing is that was super cool about it is like me and him had so much in common, and he even said so and whatever else. Even though it's still a therapist client relationship, etc. But I was really impressed with him, actually. And I'm going to definitely see him again and talk to him about things. I felt very comfortable with him. I'm a good judge of personality. Again, it's not just a psychology background. It's just about kind of more like street intelligence, emotional intelligence as well, kind of background I have. But I can tell he's just a genuine guy. But we talked about a lot of things. We even talked about, because this channel is obviously about steroids and things. We talked about that even, what I'm doing, how that's affecting potentially my ability to get my wife pregnant, etc., etc. But overall, it was a great experience, and and he did, even just in that first session, kind of opened my mind up to things maybe I wasn't considering. You know what I mean? In a very like appropriate way. Not like in a this is what you should do or must do type of way. He was just reflecting back things I was seeing in a way that was like, huh, yeah, you're kind of right there. And it's funny because we were talking about a lot of things. I think, again, like he'd be the totally kind of guy that I would like, have a beer with and talk for like, shoot the shit with. And he's the kind of guy as well that I used to have friends that were like that, like more educated and such. Now I've great friends now, but they're more like on the they're more like blue collar worker types, mechanics, etc. Trucker kind of guys, you know what I mean? Which are great too, but like so it's kind of cool to like reflect upon somebody who's has an education kind of like me, not to too much, more too much, but to be like to just talk about things. And I think it has potential for a lot of people to go see a psychotherapist, just to have like a natural conversation about things that are on your mind that you cannot tell anybody else, even if you have a wife, even your best friends, even whatever else. It's just like you can just be open with, and then they totally accept that. They're it's a totally comfortable environment just to be open about things, you know what I mean? Because they'll probe you, ask you questions through questionings. It's kind of like a Socratic method is called. But and then depending on how open you are, some people might be reluctant to share things, but it's like just by opening up a bit and talking about things in your own mind, you can kind of like come to like an acceptance, understanding, and conclusions in your own way about things, because you're just not. It's about things that you don't normally talk about with anybody, right? But talking about it in a comfortable way, again, like obviously I talk to my wife about a lot of things, open with her, totally, whatever else, but with her, you know, I don't think I could be like, it's something in the same, like she's not a therapist. She's not my therapist. Like it's a different type of relationship, correct? So this is what these guys are trained for, and then to reflect back and to be very understanding, very empathetic. Like there's unconditional positive regard. Like there's anything you say, you know, it's not like they're gonna be like offended or feel bad or criticize you in any way. And I think that's one of the major important things. So again, like it's not like I was reluctant to go at first because it was like I don't even feel like I really need it. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I need to see a therapist or like psychotherapist or whatever. But I kind of went out of interest, and I went because my family was like, you know, you wanted to see one because we're helping you out with some things. Just go see one. You know what I mean? I'm like, sure, why not? And so I was open to it, and I think it was overall positive experience. I think it's something that I might do from here on in, maybe on a monthly basis. Like seriously, for forever, at least for a period of time, just to like reflect upon things and in a way where I can be open, I can express myself verbally. Because again, sometimes when you do something verbally, it's different than mentally. Like sometimes we have our own mental processes, we get caught up in these loops and things. But when you verbalize something to somebody else and then they give their feedback back on that, you know, it's like a mirror, it's like a reflection, right? And this helps reflect upon ourselves in ways that we maybe we're not we don't normally do because of our mental cognitive loops we get into. So that's cool. Me and him had some good conversations though about different things. You know, it wasn't all about like you know, my problems or anything like that. It wasn't even really about that. There was some things where it's like he opened up about things that were like, you know, because he asked, he's like, is there anything like that's really affecting you negatively right now? And so yeah, there's a few things like finance, blah blah blah, but like overall, like there's nothing really I'm not weighed down too hard. I'm doing pretty good, to be honest, in a lot of ways. So so we just talked about random things, life, and all types of things. And here's the thing: sometimes, like just like in steroids, like you can go from a -1 to a 0 if you like, you know, have muscle wasting disorder. Sometimes you go from a 0 to a +1 if you want to improve your health, right? And it's the same with rehabilitation. You can go from -1 to 0, or building muscle and being like super physiological, you know, from 0 to 1, right? And with massage, we help people go from, again, -1 to 0. But like your average person can come from massage just to improve their well-being and things. And I think psychotherapy is the exact same thing of all these things, because obviously if you have some, like, say for addictions or schizophrenic or whatever else, yeah, you might be in a negative state to try to get to a baseline. But even if you're at like a baseline or you're in positive, it can still help you get to that +1, if that makes sense. And I think there's something very valid there. And he was even telling me, like, they recommend, even for the psychotherapist, that they go see a psychotherapist every so often, right? And like, I'm a massage therapist. I would ideally go to a massage therapist after every week if I could, because of my body. It takes effect on my body, right? But you know, I think everybody should, you know, take care of themselves through therapeutic means. And sometimes it's about seeing a professional, but the body in itself, like a sports athlete. But you know, the mental sphere of things, that's something that we don't normally look at the same way as like physical, right? But I think that needs some therapy as well. That needs to be helped. And sometimes these guys can, just like me for massaging a body, they can massage the mental problems as well. Like at least make you reflect upon things and think about things in a positive way. Correct? Ask the right questions, probe, understand, and just make you be open about things. I think that's totally cool in a safe and open environment. So it's my first time seeing. I just want to share that with you guys. Let me know if you've seen one, what your benefits were, or if you have any questions regarding it. I'd be happy to talk about it. But yeah, I'm going to probably see him again next week. So there it is. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.